I'm standing in my driveway at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday, watching my house burn. The flames are eating through the kitchen window, orange, hungry, crackling like something alive. The heat hits me from 20 feet away. I can smell melting plastic, burning wood, my son's life disappearing into smoke. Owen, 8 years old, inside that house. I'm running before my brain catches up. The front door's locked, so I grab the decorative rock from the garden bed and smash the living room window. Glass everywhere. Smoke pouring out thick and black. Owen! My voice sounds like someone else's. Owen! I'm crawling through the living room, staying low. The heat's insane. My eyes are streaming, lungs burning. Then I see him, small shape on the floor near the stairs, not moving. I grab him. He's light, too light. I'm stumbling back toward the window, my chest screaming. The fire alarm's finally going off and I can hear sirens in the distance. We make it out. I fall onto the lawn with Owen in my arms, gasping. He's coughing, crying, alive. My wife Vanessa is there suddenly, in her bathrobe, face pale in the firelight. "Oh my God," she's saying. "Is he okay?" The fire trucks arrive, paramedics, oxygen masks. Someone wraps a blanket around my shoulders. I'm watching my house burn and thinking about 3 weeks ago. Brake failure on I-5, pedal straight to the floor, managed to coast into a barrier. The mechanic said the brake line looked cut. I told myself I was being paranoid. Now I'm sitting on my lawn at midnight, and Owen won't let go of my arm. "Dad," he whispers. His face is smudged with soot. "Dad, I need to tell you something." "Not now, buddy. Let the paramedics—" "Dad." His voice cracks. "Mom didn't try to wake me up." I look at him. "What?" "The fire started. I heard the alarm. I called for Mom, but she didn't come." His eyes are huge. "I went to your room and she wasn't there. She was already outside." Something cold slides down my spine. "Owen? She probably went to get help." "No." He's shaking now. "Dad, I was playing Minecraft on my iPad in the kitchen yesterday. Mom came in talking on the phone and she sounded weird, angry weird. I got scared, so I hid under the table. But I forgot my iPad on the counter. Later, when I picked it up, the voice memo app was on. I don't know how it turned on, but..." He's gripping my shirt. "Dad, I heard her. She was talking about insurance money, about you being gone, about me being..." His voice breaks. "She called me collateral damage." The world tilts. Vanessa's crying softly nearby, talking to a firefighter, looking like someone's worried wife, someone's concerned mother. I pull Owen closer. "Where's the iPad now?" "In my backpack, in your truck." "Good." I keep my voice steady. "Don't tell anyone else about this. Not yet, okay?" He nods against my chest. We spend the night in a hotel, 2 queens, Owen between us like a barrier. Vanessa cries herself to sleep, talking about how grateful she is we're alive. I lie, there in the dark, watching her, thinking about things I should have noticed. 4 months ago, Vanessa asked me to increase my life insurance, said we should protect Owen's future. We already had $500,000. She wanted $750,000. I signed the papers without thinking twice. 3 months ago, I found a receipt in her coat pocket. Hotel room, downtown Seattle. She said it was for a work conference. Vanessa doesn't have a job. 6 weeks ago, I came home early and found her on the phone in the garage. She hung up fast, said it was her sister. It wasn't her sister's number. 3 years ago, she begged me to go to marriage counseling. We were in the kitchen. She was crying. "We're dying, Garrett," she said. "This marriage is dying and you don't even see it. I'm just busy with the 787 project," I told her. "Once it's done, it's always something." Her voice was hollow. "You're killing us." I didn't go. Told myself she was being dramatic. I was wrong, but being wrong doesn't make her right for what she did. At 6 a.m., I get up. Vanessa's actually asleep. I go to the hotel lobby and call Marcus Chen, old friend from Boeing, went through a brutal divorce 3 years ago, lost custody of his daughter. Marcus, I say when he answers. I need help. I think my wife is trying to kill me. There's a pause. Then, tell me everything. I spend the next 3 days gathering evidence like I'm working a Boeing quality assurance audit. Systematic, thorough, unemotional. First, I check our joint bank account. There's money missing, withdrawals over the last 6 months, cash, $500 at a time. When I ask Vanessa about it, she says groceries and household expenses. Our credit card statements show we spend $400 a month on groceries. The math doesn't work. Second, I hire a private investigator, Ray Kowalski, retired Seattle PD. Marcus vouches for him. I tell him everything. The brake line, the fire, Owen's recording, the missing money. Give me a week, Ray says. He finds someone else in 4 days. His name is Dominic Carver, 38 years old, personal trainer at a gym in Bellevue, divorced, 2 DUIs. And according to Ray's surveillance photos, he's been meeting my wife at a motel off Highway 99 every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon for 4 months. The photos make me sick. Vanessa getting out of her car, Dominic waiting by the door, her laughing, his hand on her back. There's more, Ray says. He slides another folder across his desk. Dominic Carver has $43,000 in gambling debt, 2 casinos. His creditors are getting aggressive. I look up at him. Your wife increased your life insurance 4 months ago, Ray says quietly. She started seeing Carver 4 months ago. The brake line incident was 3 weeks ago. The fire was 72 hours ago. The pattern's pretty clear. My hands are shaking. I make them stop. I need more. Something that proves they planned this together. Then we need your son's recording. We sit in my truck outside Owen's school and listen to 7 minutes that make me want to throw up. Owen set up his iPad in front of me, hands trembling. Vanessa's voice, clear as day. Not working, Dom. The brakes didn't kill him. The fire barely... A man's voice, rough. Baby, we need to be patient. These things take time. We don't have time. The casino's threatening you, and if we wait too long, he might get suspicious. So what do you want me to do? I don't know. Stage a break-in. Make it look like robbery gone wrong. A pause. You and me, we could have a real life. Take the money, go somewhere warm, start over. What about the kid? Long silence. I stop breathing. Owen stays with Garrett, Vanessa says finally. Her voice is flat, businesslike. Look, I didn't sign up for this. He's 8. He'll adjust. Kids always do. You're just gonna leave him in there when... It's not ideal, Dom, but we can't change the plan now. He's... She pauses. He's collateral damage, that's all. The recording ends. I'm gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles are white. My chest is tight. Can't breathe. The edges of my vision are blurring. Owen's crying in the passenger seat. Dad, I'm sorry. I should have told you sooner. No. I turn and pull him into a hug. You did exactly right. You're so brave. You saved us both. He's shaking against my chest. What are we gonna do? We're going to the police, right now. Detective Sarah Chen listens to everything in a conference room at Seattle PD. Ray sits beside me. When I finish, she looks at me for a long moment. Mr. Thorne, she says carefully, I appreciate you bringing this to us, but I have to be honest, in 90% of cases like this, when a husband comes in claiming his wife is trying to kill him, she trails off. You think I'm lying. I think domestic situations are complicated. I think sometimes my son recorded her planning my murder. My voice is hard. My brake line was cut. My house was set on fire with my child inside. What am I misinterpreting? A voice speaks from the doorway. Chen, can I talk to this man? I turn. There's an older detective, late 50s, Gray hair, tired eyes. His nameplate says Det, Roy Brennan. Brennan, this isn't your case, Chen says. It is now. He looks at me. Mr. Thorne, walk with me. In an interview room, Brennan sits down and unwraps a piece of gum. I'm going to tell you something off the record. Detective Chen's not wrong to be skeptical. 80% of wife trying to kill me cases turn out to be men who are actually the abusers, setting up their wives. But that recording. He taps the file. Your son's voice saying his mother left him in a burning building? The mechanic's report? The pattern? He leans forward. That's the other 20%. My brother went through something similar 15 years ago. Wife tried to poison him. System didn't believe him. She tried again. He survived, but barely. Brennan's jaw tightens. I'm not letting that happen to you. So, you'll help? We need to do this by the book. Otherwise a defense attorney tears it apart. Give me 72 hours to build the case properly. Can I stay safe that long? You better. But I'll tell you what. Start protecting yourself right now. I call Sienna Blackwell from the parking lot. She's a family law attorney Marcus recommended. Sharp, expensive, ruthless. She costs $450 an hour, but she's worth it. Garrett, she says after I explain everything. Your wife is going to file for divorce the moment she realizes you're onto her. She'll claim abuse, try for sole custody, take you for everything you have. I know. So we move first, today. She's already typing. I'm filing an emergency custody order based on your son's recording. That recording of a mother calling her child collateral damage. Courts don't take that lightly. We'll get you temporary sole custody within 72 hours. What about our assets? How much liquid cash do you have access to? Maybe $450,000 between savings and retirement accounts. Set up an irrevocable trust fund for Owen. Today. Put $450,000 in it. Vanessa's name nowhere near it. Can I do that without her consent? She tried to kill you and your son. If she objects in court, you present that evidence, and she'll have bigger problems than asset division. Sienna pauses. Also, cancel your life insurance policy. Remove her motivation. I do it all that afternoon. Call my financial advisor. Set up the trust. The advisor hesitates. Garrett, this is a lot of money to move without your wife's. She tried to murder my son. I interrupt. Do it. The trust goes through in 48 hours. I've just hidden 60% of our assets where Vanessa can't touch them. Then I call the insurance company and cancel the $750,000 policy. The only reason she has to kill me disappears. Detective Brennan calls on day 3. We're ready to move. Dominic Carver's being arrested in 2 hours. Based on the recording, the surveillance evidence, and his financial situation, I'm betting he flips fast. And Vanessa? Tomorrow morning, we want Carver's confession first. They arrest Dominic at his apartment. He's in handcuffs by 6 p.m. By midnight, he's confessed to everything. Ray gets me a copy of the transcript. Dominic talking fast, scared. It was her idea. All of it. The insurance increase, the brake line, the fire. I just helped because she said we'd run away together. Start over. Detective. And the boy? She said he'd be with his dad. I didn't know she was going to leave him in there. I swear I didn't know about the fire until after. It's bullshit, but it's enough for conspiracy to commit murder. They arrest Vanessa the next morning. I'm across the street with Ray, watching through the window as 2 uniforms walk her into the station. Yoga pants, sweatshirt, hair in a ponytail. She looks so normal, like someone's mom, not like someone who tried to burn her family alive. Brennan asks if I want to watch the interrogation through the one-way glass. I do. Vanessa sits in that room for 45 minutes before her public defender arrives. She doesn't cry, doesn't ask for Owen or me, just sits there, arms crossed, face blank. When they play Owen's recording, her voice talking about insurance money, about starting over, about Owen being collateral damage, her lawyer's face goes pale. Vanessa doesn't react at all. That's fabricated, she says calmly. My son must have. We have Dominic Carver's confession, Brennan interrupts. On tape. From last night. He gave us everything. That's when Vanessa's face changes, goes white, then red. That son of a. She catches herself. I want a deal. No deals, Brennan says flatly. You tried to murder your husband and orphan your child. You're looking at 25 to life. Her lawyer leans in, whispers something. Vanessa shakes her head violently, then slumps in her chair. I want to make a statement. The statement takes 3 hours. Vanessa admits to everything. The affair, the plan, the break line, the fire. She tries to paint Dominic as the mastermind, but the evidence doesn't support it. The insurance policy was her idea. The timing was her idea. She had access to my truck, my house, my schedule. When it's over, Brennan comes to the waiting area where I'm sitting. She's going to trial, he says. Both of them. DA's pushing for attempted murder, conspiracy, child endangerment. No deals. Good. The next day, I'm allowed 5 minutes with Vanessa before she's transferred to county jail. Brennan warns me, don't do anything stupid. I sit across from her in that interrogation room. Orange jumpsuit, no makeup, she won't look at me. Was any of it real? I ask quietly. 17 years. Owen, was any of it real? She finally meets my eyes. At first, maybe. But Garrett, you were never really there. You were always at Boeing, always. I slam my hand on the table. She flinches. Don't. My voice shakes. Don't you dare blame me for trying to murder our son. Her face goes white. You wanted me dead? Fine. I could almost understand that. But Owen? I lean forward. He called for you in that fire, and you didn't come. You left him to burn. I panicked. You panicked. I stand up. 22 years in prison isn't enough for what you did, but it'll have to do. I walk out. Brennan's waiting in the hall. Feel better? He asks. No, I say, but I needed her to know. The custody hearing happens within 72 hours of Vanessa's arrest. She appears via video link from King County Jail, orange jumpsuit, no makeup, looking smaller than I remember. The judge is Patricia Hayes, 60-something, stern. She's heard it all before. Vanessa's public defender goes first, talks about alleged conspiracy, about how nothing's been proven yet, about the bond between mother and child. Then Sienna stands up. Your Honor, may I present evidence? She plays Owen's recording. The whole thing. 7 minutes of Vanessa discussing murder like a grocery list, calling our son collateral damage. The courtroom goes silent. Your Honor, Sienna says quietly, Owen Thorne is 8 years old. He recorded this because his mother's behavior scared him. And when the fire started, his mother didn't try to save him. Mr. Thorne ran into a burning building while Mrs. Thorne was already outside. Judge Hayes looks at the screen. Mrs. Thorne, is this your voice on the recording? Vanessa's jaw clenches. Your Honor, I'd like to invoke my Fifth Amendment. This is family court, not criminal court. Answer the question. Long pause. Yes. Did you leave your son in the burning house? I thought he was already outside. Your son called for you. You didn't respond. Vanessa doesn't answer. Judge Hayes takes off her glasses, rubs her eyes, puts them back on. Sole custody to the father. No visitation rights for the mother pending the criminal trial outcome. Mrs. Thorne, you may send letters through a court-approved intermediary, but your son is under no obligation to read them. She looks directly at the screen. You're very lucky you're not being charged with attempted murder of a child. The defender tries to object. Hayes shuts him down with a look. We're done here. That night, after Owen's asleep in our hotel room, I lock myself in the bathroom and turn on the shower so he can't hear me. Then I break. 17 years. I gave her 17 years. Thought I knew her. Thought I could trust her with my life. With our son's life. How did I miss it? Was I a bad husband? Did I drive her to this? No. The answer comes clear and cold. Her choices are hers. I made mistakes, worked too much, stopped seeing her. But normal people ask for counseling. Normal people file for divorce. They don't burn their families alive. I wash my face. Look in the mirror. The man looking back is older, harder, different. But he's still here, still fighting. The criminal trial is 3 months later. Dominic takes a plea deal, 15 years for conspiracy and attempted murder, eligible for parole in 10. Vanessa goes to trial. I sit in the courtroom every day. Ray sits with me. So does Marcus. Owen stays with his therapist, Dr. Lauren Park. Sienna and the prosecutor agreed he shouldn't be in the room. The prosecution lays out everything methodically. The insurance policy, the bank withdrawals, the surveillance photos, the mechanic's testimony, the fire inspector's report, Owen's recording. The defense argues Vanessa was manipulated by Dominic, that she was in an abusive relationship, that she never intended to hurt anyone. Then the prosecution calls Owen to testify via closed-circuit video. He's in a separate room with Dr. Park. The jury can see him on a screen. He looks so small. Owen, the prosecutor says softly, did your mother try to wake you up when the fire started? No, ma'am. What did you do? I called for her, but she didn't come. So I tried to get to Dad's room, but there was too much smoke. His voice wavers. I was really scared. Where was your mother? Outside. She was already outside. Did she come back for you? No, Dad came. Dad saved me. There's not a dry eye in the jury box. The defense attorney tries to cross-examine, suggests maybe Owen misunderstood in the chaos. My mom said I was collateral damage, Owen says suddenly. His voice is clear. I heard her say it. She said I would be collateral damage, and she never wanted kids anyway. The defense attorney sits down. The jury deliberates for 4 hours, guilty on all counts. Vanessa's sentencing is 2 weeks later. Judge Marcus Freeman looks at her steadily. Mrs. Thorne, you violated the most sacred trust there is, the trust between parent and child. Aggravating factors include premeditation over 4 months, financial motive, endangering a minor, and a prior attempt on your husband's life. This court sentences you to 22 years in state prison with possibility of parole after 18 years. Vanessa doesn't react, just stares straight ahead. As they lead her out, she looks at me for the first time since the trial started. I'm sorry, she mouths. I don't respond. The financial battle is ugly but short. Vanessa's lawyer tries everything, claiming half the house she burned down, half my retirement, alimony. Sienna shuts it down every time. Your client tried to murder her family. She forfeits everything. 3 months later, the divorce is finalized. Vanessa gets nothing. $0. I keep the house, the cars, the retirement accounts, full custody of Owen. She keeps her prison jumpsuit. 2 years after the fire, we moved back into the house. The insurance company paid out $280,000 for the rebuild. We gutted the place and started over. New kitchen, new wiring, new everything. Owen picked the color for his room, blue, like the sky. So it feels open, he said. Not like a trap. Smart kid. During the rebuild, we stayed with Marcus. He and Owen bonded over video games. One night, the 3 of us eating pizza in his living room, Marcus said, "Your dad won, buddy. He fought for you and he won. That gives me hope I can fight for my daughter too." "You should," Owen said seriously. "Dads are important." Marcus's eyes got wet. I start boxing at a gym downtown. Not because I'm angry, though I was, for a long time, but because I need to feel strong again. Need to know I can protect myself, protect Owen. A teacher at Owen's school asks me out. Her name's Jessica. She's pretty, kind. I say no. I appreciate it, I tell her, but I need to focus on my son right now. And honestly, I need to focus on myself. She understands. I'm not ready to trust someone like that again. Maybe I never will be. That's okay. Owen asks about his mom sometimes. Not often, but sometimes. Does she write? He asked last month. Once a week. The court sends them to Dr. Park. You can read them if you want. Do you read them? No. Why not? I think about this carefully. Because I don't need her apology. What she did, there's no apology big enough for that. And I don't want to give her space in my head anymore. Owen nods slowly. I don't think I want to read them either. That's okay. It's your choice. 7 years after the fire, my book comes out. It's called When the Vows Break, A Father's Fight for Justice and Survival. HarperCollins publishes it. I didn't write it for money. I wrote it because men like me, men who survive this kind of betrayal, don't have many people speaking for them. I wrote it because Marcus deserves his daughter back. I wrote it because Owen should know his story helped save lives. The book hits number 7 on the New York Times bestseller list. Stays there for 9 weeks. I get hundreds of emails from men saying thank you, saying they were going through something similar, saying they filed for custody because of my story, saying they got out alive. Those emails make everything worth it. Owen's 15 now, tall, lean, smart. We're at the coast for the weekend, Pacific Beach, same cabin we always rent. Walking on the beach at sunset, he's taller than me now, all arms and legs. Dad, he says, watching the waves, do you think Mom ever really loved us? I think about this. Really think. I think she loved the idea of us, I say finally. The perfect family, the Boeing engineer husband, the house in the suburbs. But when it got hard, when it got real, she didn't love us enough to fight for us. She chose the easy way out. He picks up a flat rock, skips it across the water. 3 hops. I'm glad I chose you, he says quietly. I'm glad you chose yourself, buddy. That's what saved us both. You trusted your instincts when I couldn't. We walk back toward the cabin as the sun disappears into the Pacific. Behind us, our footprints fade in the tide. But we're still here. 2 weeks later, a letter arrives from Vanessa. Parole hearing coming up in 3 years. She wants Owen to write a letter of support. Says she's changed, found God, finished her GED, wants a second chance. Owen reads it with Dr. Park. Comes home quiet. What do you think? I ask. I think... He folds the letter carefully. I think some people don't get second chances, not because they don't deserve forgiveness from God or whatever, but because the people they hurt don't owe them anything. You don't have to write a letter. I know. He looks at me steadily, 15 years old with eyes older than they should be. I'm not going to. We burn the letter in the fireplace that night. Watch the paper curl and blacken and turn to ash. Owen wants to be a forensic psychologist when he grows up. Because I understand what it's like when someone you trust hurts you, he tells me. Maybe I can help other people with that. I don't cry often anymore, but I do then. My book's still on the bestseller list. Men email me every day. Thank you. I thought I was alone. Marcus got his daughter back last year. Used my story. Used Sienna. Fought like hell. His ex-wife's lies finally caught up to her. We survived. We fought. We won. But more than that, we're building something new. Something that woman who tried to destroy us could never touch. Owen and I, we're not just victims who got lucky. We're survivors who refused to stay down. And that's enough.